First year in was probably about meeting all the people, starting to build those relationships with guys, as well as introducing the new game plan. So that's sort of the foundation of that's been laid out. So this year was more about working on some of the areas that we felt we needed to improve on from last year. We assessed the season at the end of last year and identified, as I said, some areas. One which is on the record, which is around our contest work, which was pretty strong the year before, but probably dropped off a little bit last year. And the reality of finals footy is that it comes down to winning your share around the contest, and that's both on the air and on the ground. And so we've done some work on that and see what sort of response we get and improvement in that area. We'll look at the JLT series in totality as to what do we ideally want out of the three games. A combination of things. We want to make sure obviously our senior players are ready to go come round one, so we've got to get enough game time into them. I want to give opportunities to guys who've trained well throughout the pre-season and guys who played really well last year in our sample team and probably didn't get opportunities given the numbers we played last year. And the third thing is we want to continue to work on our style of play and make sure that some of the areas we've worked on and focused on, we start to see some of those. So the 6 draftees we brought in, some of those guys are showing some really good signs. Jordan Gallucci and Miles Paholke are our highest draft picks. We'd be keen to have a look at them at some point through the JLT. The other guys are a little bit more developmental and they'll take a little bit of time to come on. And there was a number of guys who are second and third year players, as you mentioned, who haven't had opportunities. Harrison Wigg, Kirtley Hampton, Cam Ellis-Yolman, who didn't play a lot last year. Dean Gore, these guys who can come in and play through the midfield and through half forward and half back. Most of those guys we want to have a look at some point through the JLT. We're giving some guys opportunities to play in different spots. We think it's what we need to add the flexibility to the group. Look, we spoke about Charlie Cameron pushing up, playing more as a wingman, and he's certainly trained and his conditioning now is at a really good level to be able to do that. Roy Laird, who played a lot of half-back last year, we're sort of trialling him in the midfield and looking at Dave McKay and Richie Douglas down back. Whether they stay long-term, we clearly don't want to take guys away from their strength of where they play, whether it be half-back or forward, but we want to make sure we've got more strings to our bow this year and options through the middle. Our challenge year in, year out is to improve as a group, and I know from a coaching viewpoint our focus is to make basically every player on our list better every year. And guys who didn't get an opportunity last year were still able to reflect that they were better players at the end of the year than they were at the start. And the pre-season is no different. We give guys targets in terms of whether it's to improve their conditioning side of it, their strength, their skills, or their game sense and knowledge. And the guys have worked really hard on that and give themselves the best opportunity. And now it's up to some competition for spots and who really wants it through the JLT series.
Produced by the Adelaide Football Club. Visit afc.com.au for more.